Hello, everybody. Marcus Hinds. I just, I've been talking to realtors as you guys know, I'm a broker and I'm a healer. So I work with people on forgiving and letting go of the past and creating new futures. And I bring that to the real estate community with the agents on our team. And I meet a lot of real estate agents that are interviewing and looking for a career, for a job. And I'm really picky on who I hire because a lot of people will not achieve what they're up to because of their fear of failure. And I see it all the time. I see powerful, powerful people who are in a job that they cannot stand. Like they can't stand their job. They don't love it. They get jobs at the sheriff's department, right, Roger? Or or different things that they're doing for work, but they don't love it. They really want to be in real estate. They love being with people and showing homes and showing property and creating plans and dreams and then handing the keys to a family for their first home or their second home or whatever somebody does. Fear of failure, fear of rejection will stop us. It will stifle us. And that's just the way that it is. And if we get to the source of what it comes from, what we'll get is that we all have it. I have it. And the number one thing that stops real estate professionals, it'll probably stop all kinds of professionals, is actually getting on the phone and calling a stranger. Like getting on the phone, I got my headset here, and my goal is I make 10 calls to strangers in the morning. Not strangers, but people who I haven't done business with, but I've been in communication. 10 in the morning and 10 in the evening. That's where I'm at right now in my career. And my goal is between 50 and 100 phone calls a week. It used to be 300 to 400 a week. And this was just last year. So fear of rejection, fear of failure, that's what will stop us. And on the phones, realtors, any salespeople who have to get on the phone and call somebody and ask for something or stay in touch and stay in communication, those people, they need our help, number one. And it's up to us to stay in communication to earn that business or to stay connected with them. But what stops us? What causes that fear of rejection? It's going to be the same thing that stops us in all areas of life. Things don't unfold in one area of life and then not show up in the other. It doesn't work that way. If things show up in our business life, it's going to show up in our personal. If things show up in our personal life, it's going to show up in business. So if it's stopping us in one area, it's also going to stop us in other areas. Going and asking for someone's phone number, fear of rejection, fear of failure. Calling somebody and staying in touch and asking them if we can earn their business in real estate. They might say no. And they might be rude, or they might be short and want to get off the phone, or you're making phone calls and you're going to get a series of people who are like, no, thank you, I don't know. But we don't know if they're rejecting us. We don't know if we failed. We're making it up. So we can uncover the source of where it comes from, or we can train our mind to take opposite actions. If we're aware of something, we can train our mind and train our habit to take opposite actions. So what does that look like? It's time to make phone calls. I don't want to make phone calls. They're not fun. I don't know. They don't really care. I don't know. But how can we make it fun? So every morning when I'm making phone calls, I make cacao and I make a vegetable smoothie because it's healthy, number one. And number two, I love to drink them. So I'm drinking cacao and a vegetable smoothie and I'm making my phone calls. And I'm in a good state of mind. I'm just playful and having fun. Now, people are going to say what they're going to say and they're going to be short or busy or whatever they have going on. Does that mean that they're rejecting us? Does that mean that we failed? It's all made up. We don't know what's going on in their world. So what if you train your mindset that when making a phone call as a professional, your focus is to make a difference for that person. You're not following up, you're not selling anything, you're not doing anything. This is what I think in my mind. How can I make a difference for that person? How can I offer something that'll make a difference for them? I'm drinking my cacao, I'm drinking my smoothie, and I'm calling people looking for a way that I can make a difference and be of service to them. That's the mindset that I go into making phone calls, number one. Number two, we got to get over it. And the only way to get over it is to, number one, get this concept. whether they're rejecting us or they like us or they don't like us or whatever it is, to reach out, this fear of rejection, whether it's talking to a beautiful girl or a beautiful man, or asking for an increase in job salary, or asking for new business, or whatever it is. We made it up. We don't know what they're going to say. We don't know what they're going to do. But we can make up that they're going to be a yes, that they're going to love us, and that they're aligned. If we can envision that conversation going really well, being of service, being helpful, and them saying, yeah, you know what, I'm in. And then we can shift the reality of rejection. If we're creating in our mind that we're being rejected before we go into it, we're done, man. If we create that it's going to go great, they're going to love us, they're going to like the concept, they're going to want to give us their phone number. They're going to want to go out with us. They're going to want to give us a pay raise because of the value. They're going to want to partner up with us and work with us in selling their home because we're the best value. If we create it in our mind, that's how it's going to go. And then it's just a matter of making the phone call. They're going to love us. I'm in a good mood. Let's call and make some friends. So it's all about shifting the mindset before taking the action. Now, what if you're having a hard time doing that? Can you also just own another concept? And I got this from a coach, Danny. So, fail to achieve. In order to achieve a higher level of our potential, we have to fail. Otherwise, we're not pushed to the next level. Humans, from the beginning of time, want to revert to a cave where it's warm. Maybe they go a little bit further, and some go a little bit further, but we go into our comfort zone. Now, once we fail, and we get shocked, and we get shaken up, it's going to push us to achieve more. So if we own the mindset that to fail at anything is the way that we're going to achieve. Now, that doesn't mean you're planning on failing, but what if you own the mindset that worst case scenario, I fail at this? Great, I got to fail to achieve. Just something to think about. Just ideas to rattle around as we take into our professional and our personal life. Look at what's stopping us from doing what we say we're going to do. And look at where we make ourselves too busy and procrastinate. So look at the things that we procrastinate on. And then look at why. If we can uncover why we're procrastinating on things and why we're not keeping our word and doing what we say we're going to do, then we can uncover what's stopping us. And then when we can uncover what's stopping us, we're at the source. And at that point, we put in different actions, different mindsets. And we just train our mind to take opposite action at that time. I don't know, I don't want to make calls. Wait a minute, fail to achieve. Wait a minute, I'm going to make a difference for 10 people. And we just retrain our mind to plant different thoughts in at that time. Every time, plant different thoughts. And now we think about those actions in a different way, so we go about them powerfully, fun, and in action. And now we're able to achieve to our highest potential, whatever that is. So this was a little bit more about phone calls and making calls and getting out of the comfort zone. And as I talk to career professionals, we advertise, we market, and people reach out and talk to us, but we've got to be willing to make those professional calls. And our mindset is everything, because they're going to get who we are when we call them and who we are when we're talking to them. So I hope that helps at least one person, right? There's my motivation to make a video. If I just help one person and one person says, you know what? Awesome. That's the value. So take that to our professional life, take that to our love life, take that to everything we do. If we're just making a difference for one person, and that's all that mattered, who would we be? How much will we take actions in things that we were held back in prior? Thank you all. Love you.